Made an order of the day for the next sitting. The clerk.
Private members' business, notice number 15, Boeing E7A Wedgetail.
The member for Solomon.
I move the motion relating to the Boeing E7A Wedgetail in the terms in which it appears on the notice paper.
The member for Solomon.
Thank you, Mr Acting Deputy Speaker. In defence circles, we sometimes hear the phrase force multiplier. A force multiplier is a technology or a tactic which, when employed, has the ability to significantly increase the effectiveness of a unit. A few weeks ago, I had the privilege of joining the Minister for Defence at RAF Base Fairburn for a ceremony to mark the completion of Project Air 5077 Phase 3. While the name is not particularly inspiring, the result of that project certainly is. On display there on the tarmac that afternoon was the Royal Australian Air Force's newest asset, the E7A Wedgetail. The Wedgetail is a significant force multiplier for the Australian Defence Force, one of the most advanced military aircrafts in the world. The RAF Wedgetail is an all-seeing eye in the sky, equipped with advanced multi-role electronically scanned array radar. The Wedgetail control tactic battle space both in the air and in the surface. Mr Deputy Speaker, a Wedgetail can detect and accurately track aircraft across a huge area of sky. In fact, a single Wedgetail can cover over 4 million square kilometres in a single mission. This incredible capability allows the ADF's other assets, particularly aircraft, to get into the right place at the right time to complete their missions. In the theatre of combat, such as the skies over Iraq right now, Wedgetail aircraft and their RAF crews are coordinating and directing Allied aircraft in their fight against terrorists and the so-called Islamic State. Already the RAF Wedgetails have flown over 120 missions with our coalition partners over Iraq, logging more than 1,500 flying hours. Reports back from Iraq indicate the Wedgetail is performing admirably. One aircraft concluded a single mission lasting 16 hours and 18 minutes, including 2 air-to-air refuelling. This is the longest any 737-based aircraft has ever flown. Beyond the ADF's combat roles, Wedgetails have been deployed closer to home in the search for MH370, with the aircraft working over the southern Indian Ocean, directing other aircraft over the search areas. Mr Acting Deputy Speaker, this government is committed to equipping the men and women of the Australian Defence Force with the tools they need to get the job done. Under the previous Labor government, spending on the ADF fell to its lowest level as a percentage of GDP since 1938. The coalition government is working hard in a tight financial environment to undo some of the damage done by Labor's ham-fisted cuts. This financial year, we are investing $7.2 billion in defence equipment, nearly double the amount Labor spent in their slash-and-burn budget of 2012-13. Since coming to office, the Coalition has committed upgrading the RAF's capabilities with additional C-17 heavy transport aircraft, P-8A Poseidon Maritime Patrol aircraft, Triton unmanned aerial vehicles and an additional 58 state-of-the-art Joint Strike fighters. On the ground, our Army is getting new protective equipment for soldiers, including a new generation body armour. We're funding new vehicles for our Special Force soldiers and have begun a tender process, Land 400, to replace ASLAVs. The Royal Australian Navy is seeing replacement programs for its vessels being brought forward. The Future Frigate program has been moved forward 3 years with a commitment to the ships being built in Australia. Mr Deputy Speaker, our offshore patrol vessel replacement program has been brought forward 2 years with a commitment to be built in Australia. Now, Mr Deputy Speaker, as you know, I have a very big defence force in my defence contingent in my electorate, and I would like to place on record, at the little time I have left, Congratulations and thanks to the fantastic men and women of the Australian Defence Force. They do a fantastic job and to keep and protect all of us, and we are absolutely committed to making sure that if we put people in harm's way, that we will do everything we can to ensure that they have the right equipment to stay safe.
I thank the member. Is the motion seconded? The member for Gilmore. Thank you.